Hello there, it's Grandma here. I'm here for a 60-day update, doing the carnivore lifestyle, diet, whatever it is that's your fancy that you want to call it. But I'm doing carnivore. Right now I'm in the middle of doing the BBBE challenge, which is beef, butter, bacon, eggs challenge, where you only eat beef and you have butter, you eat bacon, and you have eggs. And that's what I've been doing now for about the last week. So I'm here to tell you a good update. I have been doing this now for 60 days. I did the first 30-day challenge, and now I've completed 60 days of the carnivore journey. And I must say, there's been a lot of changes. 36 days ago, I started to walk after being on the carnivore diet for about 3 weeks, I guess. And I've done all videos of the whole entire thing. That first night that I tried to walk down to the end of my driveway and back I just watched it and disbelief, as always. I'm going to end up showing that to you. And I want you to see for yourself where I came from to this day. And then knowing that I'm walking, in the woods now. I'm walking up and down my corner a couple of times every day. I'm walking every day. I've gone way beyond my driveway. This video that I'm going to show you, I couldn't make it down to the end of the driveway just once I had to stop and lean against a vehicle halfway down my driveway. Now, I'm a person that before I started the carnivore diet this time around, before just eating meat, I couldn't even walk out to my kitchen. And I was going to dig out my walker. That was my next thing. I couldn't get up out of my chair. I was in so much pain. Now I'm walking, guys. I am walking. I feel much better. I feel more motivated. I feel just really happy and healthy. I'm not in a bunch of pain anymore. I am really enjoying this journey. I haven't regretted any of it. I haven't really craved anything out of the norm. Yeah, when I was doing just beef and not doing bacon and eggs, just eating beef, yeah, I was craving bacon, I was craving eggs. But I think that's normal. That's not out of the norm. But I'm not craving things like potato chips and breads. I'm actually eating what I'm supposed to eat, and I'm following the path. Now, I started this 60 days ago weighing 336 pounds. And today, as of today, I am 303. So in 60 days, exactly 60 days, I have lost 33 pounds. 33 pounds in 60 days. That's like a half a pound a day. Can I do better? Do I want to move it along faster? No, I think that losing 3.5, 4 pounds a week is plenty. I'm not going to try to this isn't a speed race for me. It's, I just want to be able to be more mobile. That's my why. Everyone has to have a why, guys. And we all have to make lists of our whys. I have so many whys, and every single one of them are so important. One of my whys is my husband had a stroke, and I need to help take care of him. How can I help take care of him if I weigh so much and I'm not mobile? How can I take care of him? I started noticing that he's starting to get more and more forgetful and stuff. He had a stroke that left him with aphasia. And he also had problems a little bit with mobility. He still does. His aphasia is a little bit better, but it's still, he still has problems with that. And he's getting more and more forgetful. It's multiple times he comes back and asks me the same questions, or he forgets total things that happen. And so he's starting to lose his memory. You know, things are starting to not be so well. You know, you know, he's gotten lost driving, and just, I see something that's coming up in the future, and I'm gonna need to step up and take care of him. He's been taking care of me for years because I've been so obese. Now it's time for me to take care of him. Now, when I started this journey last year, I weighed over 400 pounds. I'm now 303. So I've lost 120, and then I went off the carnivore diet for about a year, and now I've gone back on it. So last year, I lost about 120 pounds, and I found the carnivore diet through Bill Knotts and Homestead Howe, Carrie, and his family. And so I've been going strong, you know, this time around, even more determined than I was last year to lose this weight. I believe that it's the journey that we need to get healthy. I've tried so many other diets, people, they don't work, that they're just very temporary. That I feel better on this. I don't feel, my head seems much clearer. I'm not in like a head fog, you know, like I'm in a fog. I don't feel that anymore. I feel that, I feel the sun. It just, everything seems clear. And not only just my thoughts, but just everything. Everything seems clear. My anxiety is down here, although I still get anxious, but I'm not like shaking and like really crazy. I was one day. One day I said, let's get off from here now. I'm good. But you know, I've taken anxiety medication for the last few years, and I have been stepping back on it, slowly decreasing my dosages because I don't feel like I need it. I'm not dealing with the anxiety that I had before. I'm not going completely off from it, guys. I just lowered it down a step. So I've done that. And I'm just feeling good. The pain in my legs have gone. There before one of the things that I had problems with walking is I couldn't feel what was underneath my feet, because my feet, half of my foot was numb underneath on the pad of my foot, and the other part was like real tingly. I had neuropathy, or I still do. But now, after all this time, I remember the other day I was at a place where I was walking in the woods, and I realized I can feel the rocks under my feet. I can feel stuff. It's not numb to me. Right now, checking my feet, the only place that's numb is over by my baby toe. And a couple of my toes near my baby toe is a little bit tingly, but for the most part, I can feel, guys. I can feel the terrain under my feet, and that helps me feel more confident when I'm walking. So I feel that's changed. The list is so long, guys, of the changes and the benefits in just 60 days. My sleep is better. My sugars is better. I noticed the other day when I woke up, it was 110. That's my fasting sugar. And I went right outside and I walked. I came in, and it's been like ranging from like 97 to 99. So I know just walking too is helping with my sugar levels. I'm seeing it for myself. You don't have to tell me that it helps. It's that I'm seeing it for myself that it's helping with my sugar. I'm pre-diabetic. I've never been diagnosed with diabetes. So there's that. So I noticed those changes. My blood pressure is better. I haven't had any dizzy spells in like the last, I'm going to say, a good month. And what used to throw me off balance is I have I'm not sure what to call it, but I have my belly hang, my regular apron, but underneath that apron is another big growth. It used to be about the size of a basketball. And when I walked bull-legged, and I'd be like going back and forth. Well, that would swing and sometimes knock me off balance. I kid you not. And it was really hard. One side of my belly is bigger than the other side of my belly. I am morbidly obese, but I'm down to 303 pounds. I'm getting there. I'm so close to being under 300, guys. Seeing the 200s again. I'm just so close. I want it so bad. And I keep telling myself, you know, I know once I get under 300, you know, I'll be able to wipe my butt again. You know, I'll be able to drive again. I'm just looking forward to the freedom, you know. And I even got myself a shirt, and we've started this little group of the BBBE Freedom Team. I should have wore it, but instead I wore my other secondhand vegetarian. Cows eat grass, I eat cow. So yeah, I mean, how many of you want to join the Freedom Team? You know, we're getting healthy. There's a few of us, and we're getting healthy, and that's another thing that is helping so much, is that there's a group of us that 7 days a week we stick together, and I go live every single night of the week. For me, it's all about, to succeed, you need community. You need some sort of support. If you're having a bad day, someplace you can go and they understand. Or, you know, other people just need, you know, I'm having a craving, or I failed, or, you know, and we help each other out. You know, emotionally support each other however we can, and we're there for each other. And that makes it so important, because I can tell my kids, I can tell my husband, hey, I lost 5 pounds this week, or I lost a pound. They've heard it before, guys. I've been on so many diets. They've heard it before. And here that means a lot. You know, we inspire each other to continue. And that's a plus with this 60-day journey, that we've been able to grow as a community, and not just me, but to grow. And so that's a big plus. What else can I talk about? I mean, everything is just so great and wonderful, right? Yeah, I haven't had any problems. One day I did have some problems. Well, I should say about 2 days in a row, some problems with charley horses in my legs. So I upped my electrolytes. But other than that, I've been thriving. I'm not hungry anymore. Sometimes I eat just because I don't want to go a day without eating nothing. Even though when you're doing the carnivore diet, I feel you naturally slide into intermittent fasting. And so I see that I've done that, or I'm automatically doing OMAD. So as long as I eat 1 meal a day, I figure I'm okay. I just want to make sure I get my fats in. And there's been a few times where I'll just take a couple of bites of butter if I don't feel like eating, just so that, you know, I think it's just because I want to be sure I have enough fat. You know, some days I get plenty because I've got the diarrhea, you know. That's still sometimes the case. Not always, though. It's definitely my body's getting fat adapted, having fat, even though I no longer have my gallbladder. I have noticed. But I've also know that if I eat too much fat, I will get that explosive diarrhea. Ooh, where you don't know if you can make it to the toilet or not. Yeah, that can be me. So there's some days, but that's when I know that I've ate a little bit too much fat, you know. Sometimes I'll take the grease from the pan and pour it over my food. I probably shouldn't, but some of that is, you know, the beef juices and the butter, because I cook mostly in butter, and I just want all those juices, you know, so I'll drink it. Oh. Some people will be like, oh, that's gross. You would do that? Yeah, I do. But then it gives me the diarrhea. I should stop doing that. So there is that. So let's see. What else? I'm going to stay on the beef, bacon, butter, and beef, bacon, butter, eggs strictly until after I'm under 300 pounds. Once I'm under 300 pounds, I'll ease up and start having things like my my sardines here, you know, because I love sardines. I'll go back to having things like chicken, and you know, just other types of food, some fish. I just wanted to really do an elimination of everything, clear gut, everything, and just start fresh and start introducing one thing at a time. I have been ruling out some things that I probably shouldn't eat because I know what I can have. And when I start something new, the other day, a couple of days ago, I did eat something new I thought I was okay with. Turned out I wasn't. I ended up with a little bit of inflammation, little bit of water increase. So I had to cut. So I know to maybe not eat as much as I did with that. So I'm kind of disappointed because I was so hopeful that it was going to be okay, and it wasn't okay. So there is that. So I'm testing my foods still. You know, it's an ongoing journey to learn what your body is okay with. So before we get any further, I do want to add that walk 1 when I was 3 weeks in. When you notice that, a lot of people say I have lost weight in my face. You know, I can see it because my chin used to go like this, right from the corner of my chin right here. It used to go down. I probably wouldn't have been able to wear this shirt. So my neck, I'm losing it in my neck, guys. I'm losing it in my neck. Come on, why can't it be my belly, the one part? You know, why can't it be places that I'm having trouble with that I want to shrink up? Why does it have to be my neck? But what I understand, it's your neck and shoulders that lose the weight first. So there you have it. From when I started 60 days, it's been 33 pounds. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of every single victory. There's been so many different victories. I'm able to put my shoes on. I'm able to put my socks on. You know, there's been little victories along the way, and I count every single one of them. Every time I can do something new, every pound, I hold on to every single one of them. I see that my neck is thin. I had a bad rash I had forever, and that's gone away. Sores on this side of my belly would not heal. I had these couple of sores for over a year, and they just never healed. One of the two has finally totally healed and cleared up. What do you think of that, huh? So it does heal. What I'm doing is working for me. I never thought, I always watched these two sores, and they were deep, almost like ulcerated. They're deep. I thought for sure they were going to cause an infection. They never did, but they wouldn't heal. But one of them is healing, so that means the other one is probably right behind it because it was a little bit bigger than the other one. So they're healing, which is a plus. What else? I'm sleeping good. I did have to buy some new clothes because I was in a 4-5 and a 6. Actually, I was in a 5-6. And then I got down to about a 4-5. And today I went out and got just 3s and 4s. So I bought new clothes today because all my tops are just falling off my shoulders, guys. What a bad thing to happen, huh? So there is that. I'm also, a viewer bought me a vibration plate. So I've been incorporating that too. And I haven't used it today because I've been so busy. So I'll get back to it tomorrow. But every day I've been doing the vibration plate, and that's been helping a lot with some achiness in my legs, and I think it's also helping with some other things too, some other issues I was having. Maybe even my neuropathy that I had in my feet, maybe. I don't know, but whatever I'm doing, it's working, and I'm going to continue. I also notice that my face is starting to thin down a little bit. It was big and round, you know, big and round, and it's not big and round anymore. I'll try to throw a picture that I took today. My husband and I went out today. I'll put a picture out that I took today, and I've got like an egg-shaped face now, and not a big basketball-looking face or a baseball round face, you know. And so I see some of these changes happening, and it really does make me feel good. Overall, my moods have been great. I've been very uplifted and happy. There was a time when I stopped making plans for the future. There was no more dreaming. And I am starting to be more positive and starting to make plans for my future, guys. There's talks of more trips in the future, and I'm not saying no or making excuses. I went out today. My husband and I went to a restaurant. All these different things we did today. Normally I would say no. I would come up with an excuse why I couldn't do it. And today there was no excuses. I actually looked forward to it, and I said, sure, let's do it. And we went out and we did it. We did all kinds of running around, and it was like, this has been the first time in years that we actually did something like this together. So there was always that. We always had like another family member that went with us or took us or something. This was something that we actually did on our own by ourselves, and it felt good doing what we did today for the first time in many, many years. So that's that. I think for the most part, I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to end. I'm going to do another 30-day challenge. So it doesn't stop just because I'm done with the 60 days. I'm going to continue on another 30. And who knows, maybe it'll end up just being a lifelong thing, guys. But now that's what I want to do. I want to continue on. I'm going to keep going. I'm hoping to, you know, get rid of some of this big butt of mine. Big butt. I got a big butt and big belly. And, hey, it's working, guys. It's working. So I'm going to let it keep working. Yeah, life goes on, guys. So, yeah, new clothes. I got them right here. Oh, I can't wait to go put some of these on. And just enjoy life. Just enjoy life, guys. Life is worth living. You know, no more accepting death. It's time to move on to living, right? Yeah, and dream again. We can dream again. Dream. We can dream to do things. So there you have it, guys. That's my 60-day update. Like I said, I'm going to put some stuff here. I am going to pause it right now and add that other video and then come back, and I'm going to talk to you about it and tell me what you think, guys. Hold on. I don't normally do this kind of thing. Oh, maybe I ought to take my glasses off for a little bit. Maybe I can see better. But I'm trying, guys. This is hard. My legs are burning. Usually I leave the house and make it to a car, and that's pretty rough, and I'm pretty breathless when I do that. But I am trying, guys. Let me catch my breath for a minute, and then I'll walk back up this hilly dooryard. This is me trying to make it real, guys. Making it real. And I'm sorry if my camera's not angled right, but I'm not used to this. I should have brought my longer tripod, but I didn't. I gotta get out of the way. Got a car coming. Okay, I'm back. All right, I gotta go up and lean on this car because I'm feeling a little dizzy. But I can do this. I'm gonna do it again too. Little baby steps, right? Little baby steps. All right, leaning up against the car. Catch my breath. My driveway's got a little bit of a, it goes downhill a little bit and then it goes uphill. And you might be wondering, why the heck are you doing this at night at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, no one can see the fat lady if she falls, right? But if I scream, someone might hear me. No, I won't take no chances with falling. See, some of the problem with walking that people don't understand is once you got some of the problems with the bottom of your feet that I have, it's hard to really feel the ground. So you just feel unsteady because I got neuropathy. But so the bottom of my feet is like, tingly. Everything's unsure. My balance is off a little bit. So any little pebble or rock throws me completely off kilter. But I'm doing good. Instead of sitting in the car watching the ocean waves, I'm going to be out walking in the ocean waves. That's my dream. I'm probably foolish doing this, but sometimes being a carnivore isn't just about food. It's about getting healthy. And I want to get healthy. You tell me you can't see the changes, guys. For anyone that has watched my walk-in video today, and if you saw or been watching since that day one, when I was 3 weeks into the carnivore, and saw how hard it was for me to do a half a walk down my driveway, guys. A half a walk. A few steps, and I had to stop and hold on to my daughter's car. If anyone has seen my daytime walks, there's a car that's always parked right dead center of the driveway. That's my daughter's car. And I had all I could do to make it from the gate to her car, and I had to stop and catch my breath because I couldn't breathe. Every step was fighting for air. And when I walked down from her car after catching my breath down to the edge of the driveway and back, I was barely surviving, guys. That's the difference of 5 weeks. That's the difference being on the carnivore diet of 5 weeks. I now can walk beyond the driveway, up to the corner and beyond the corner. I can go beyond my street, guys. That's freedom. Freedom. Carnivore can, if you have hope and if you believe and you continue on it, you will gain freedom. Every step of the way, more and more freedom. And you're going to be able to retain your dreams back again. And that's the most important thing, that now that you're on this journey, you can dream again. You can make plans for your future. You don't have to make excuses why you can't go. You can go and do things and make plans. Freedom, guys. That's what it is. Freedom. So on that note, I'm going to let you go. But remember, if you're fighting like I was, fighting to breathe, and now I'm making it even beyond what I could on that day 35 days ago. 35 days ago. You can do this, guys. You can do it too. So start your 30 days challenge on the carnivore diet. At least give it a try if you haven't. And if you've gone 30 days, do 60. If you've done 60 days, do what I'm doing. I'm doing 90. This is the path to becoming healthy. It's not so much, I could care less if I lose the weight, seriously. I just want to be healthy. I want to be able to be more mobile. I want to be able to do things that I haven't been able to do for years. And it starts today. It started 60 days ago when I took that first challenge, and I started, and I'm still going. And I plan on continuing going, guys. So this journey continues. Yay for 60, but next it's the 90. And we'll do this again at 90, guys. I'll be back. Be kind to one another. Love on your pet. Adopt if you don't have one. Consider rescuing. And on that note, guys, I'm going to say have a nice day. Bye-bye.